For this video, you're going to learn how to get registered. And I want to show you the fastest way, or the best way, I think students should follow, okay? Before we begin, though, let me just remind you how important it is for you to get advised before you begin the registration process. We have trained advisors that are on both campuses that are in the advising center, and they can advise you in person through walk-in, or you can set up an appointment for a phone conversation, or through virtual, okay? So take advantage of that. Once you've had your advising session, you can just click on Classes and Registration right here. And the first thing I want you to do is go to Schedule Classes. I always tell students to start here first. This is the best way to look at your schedule, okay, when you're selecting. So we're going to go ahead and select the fall and hit Submit. So let's say you met with your advisor and they told you to take English 101, Math 100, CIS 146, and they also told you to take some PE classes, at least 2, all right? 2 PE classes and a Psychology 200 class, okay? That's it. Now today, for the purposes of training, I'm not going to register you for all of them, but let's do at least 2, okay? So let's start with psychology. So what you do is go under subject and let's select psychology. Let's find it. It's in alphabetical order, psychology, and they said 200, so I'm going to type in 200 under the course number. Now, I always tell students it's best to select all because you can see all your options. You might be thinking that you wanted to take the class online, but let's look at all of the options first. You can, if you wanted to, isolate it to be online, or isolate it per campus, or isolate per term. Maybe you're only looking for mini term 1 classes or mini term 2 classes. But I always tell students, don't do that. Just look at the whole schedule so you can really get a sense of what's being asked of you. So once you've done that, you select it all, hit Class Search. So it's going to isolate just the Psychology 200 classes. And what I love about looking at the class schedule listing is that I can see it tells you there's a note for each class. This one's a ground course. It tells you what campus is Bessemer. The teacher is Toya Howard. What time? It's 10 to 11:15, Monday, Wednesday. I really like that time, so I think I really like that course. And so I think I might think about that one, but here are some more choices. You can see all the choices going down. This one's on the Birmingham campus. It's a ground course. Here's another ground course. And this one, though, is online. See that note? It's online, and I also see that online learning. That's a straight online course. And I'm going to see, hey, maybe there's some virtual classes. Virtual classes mean that I can be at home and take the class, but I can still see my teacher because it's done through a video conferencing. And I really like that approach. So, oh, but this one's at night. I'm thinking, I wonder if they have any virtual days. So now I'm just kind of looking. That's why I like to look at all the options. And there is one. And guess what? Oh, wow. That's a Saturday class. Never thought about that. I think I'll take that Saturday class. It's just once a week. So see, that's what I mean by looking at the full schedule. You never know what you're going to find. So I'm going to put down this number, and this is the number that I'm looking for. It's called the course record number. That number will link me to that specific section of Psychology 200. I'm going to need this number to register. So I've just picked my psychology class, and I'm excited about that Saturday opportunity. Okay, so next one I'm going to do will be, let's see, I'm going to look for CIS 146, Computer Science 146. I might get lucky. I think with that one, I may try that one online. So I'm going to see if I can find any online options. So I look at this one, that's the ground course. And I can see this one, see, it tells you at the top what they are. Ground course, this is a mini term. Oh, it only runs for 8 weeks. I like that, and it's online. Oh, wow, I really like that course because I can take it half the time because it's a mini term. Oh, and Mike Kelly's an excellent instructor. I'm going to go ahead and take this one, 105.95. See what I mean by not isolating the schedule? If I had picked something like a campus or something, I would have missed this opportunity for an online mini term course. It's pretty attractive in terms of me taking it. So now it's time for me to register. Remember I said I'm not going to register for all of them, just a sample today. So I'm going to go back. I'm hitting the back browser to get me back here because where I'm really trying to get to is My Lawson. So I'm going to go to Current Students and click on My Lawson. Now remember, My Lawson is your hub. It's where you come to register. It's where you can print your schedule, pay your tuition, find out your financial aid status. So you really need to pay attention and stay logged in and in tune with this system. So I'm going to log in. As you can see, I just did. And I'm going to click on Student and then Student Landing Page. From there, I'm going to click on the third item, Registration. And then click Register for Classes. Then select the correct term, fall, or if it's a different term, you just click this, select the right term and hit Continue. And it's going to take you to this landing page. And this is where you're going to really see how this pays off, because you already have your CRN numbers. So we're going to click Enter CRNs, Enter CRNs. So I'm going to type in this first CRN, 10148. I'm going to type in that first one and hit Add to Summary. And you can see General Psychology was added, right? To add that class fully, I can click Submit. And you're trying to change this from gray to green. That means I'm registered. So before, remember, I was pending, right? So let's add this second one. And one thing that's going to be unique about this class, I made it purpose that you're going to have an error. So let's take a look. Add to Summary. So I'm going to put pending, but notice the difference when I try to add the CIS course. So I'm going to click Submit. And this happens, and it happens a lot, so I want you to know how to navigate it. Errors preventing registration. And I don't know if you can see this, but in red, it's very faint. It says Closed Section. I'm like, oh no, someone just got the last seat, right? So you can either contact us to open up a seat for you, but a lot of students are like, really, I just need another section, right? So if this is the online class, they're probably running more than one. Or maybe I want to switch. So I'm going to show you what to do. You don't have to go back to the schedule lookup. You can actually look it up right here within the system to look up to see which remaining CIS courses are available, okay? So the way that you do that is you go back and you click on Find Classes right here. And notice it looks very similar to what we were doing before. You can just type in the subject is CIS, and the course number, you know what that is, 146. So let me just bring that CIS. So you can look for it down here. If you can't find it, CIS 146, just like it brings this right back in for you. Computer information. So CIS 146 and hit search. And I really do love this window because now you can see how that class is full, but you can see how many seats are remaining. So now you'll be able to see, but remember it's a little trickier. Remember I told you looking at this online, this space can be a little congested. It's hard to kind of see it, but you can see that one's online and it's full, online courses. But see this one's online, and it says online 24 seats, so and 35. So this one I can add, right? So I can just go right over here and click Add. See, and now I added it to my class. So this is a really easy way to also register. You just can't see everything. You can't see all the notes. These can move. Look, so you can stretch that out and move it. So I'm going to go ahead and add that class and see what happens. Let's see if I can get in that one. And I got in. So that is a really good thing for you to be aware of. Some students like to register here from this space anyway, and you can. I'm not objecting to that. It's just that it's a little difficult. It's a little harder to see everything. You see that? And you have to really be careful that you don't, for example, you might think something's online, but it's really virtual, and knowing those distinctions. So just be aware, it's a trade-off. So we have these two courses. So the next thing I'm going to do, I have them submitted. So the last thing I want to show you is how to submit your schedule, right? So to submit your schedule, hit the back browser. Keep on going till you get to this menu bar. And then you click on View Registration. And you notice it's defaulting, in this case, to the summer. We register for the fall. So select the correct term right up here. Don't forget about that. It's the biggest mistake students make. Make sure it's on the term you selected, because you're going to be thinking, like if I had it on summer, you're thinking, wait a minute, those aren't the courses I registered for. So make sure you select it to the right term, and then hit the little icon over here, the little printer. On the far right corner, hit the printer, and then hit print, and your full schedule will pop up. I really like this schedule because it'll show you all the specifics, what classes, and it'll even have it printed out here. The reason why the virtual class is not showing down on the map is because virtual is online, right? So you can see what time and what day you have your virtual class. Well, that's it. Have a great semester. I hope this tutorial was helpful.